Hello there everyone, I'm Christina of CSLdesigns and today I'm going to show you how to make these Wirework wedding hair pieces. So these are the two that I've made. I made a silver one and also a copper one here, just to show you how they can look different. Now what we actually have here is we make individual links that we then put together to kind of make a bit of a chain that goes around the head. And then we have a larger link that we then use to attach in the middle of it to be the drop. So these hair pieces are actually based off of a bracelet and a pair of earrings that I made previously. So in this tutorial I'm only going to show you really how to put them together to make the hair piece, just because I've already shown you how to make the links in those other separate tutorials. But you will find links for those tutorials that I've already made down in the description box below there, so feel free to check that out. But if you want to learn how to make these hair pieces, then keep watching. So these are the materials for the different links that we need. First of all, I have 3 different gauges of regular round silver coated copper wire. The first one here is a 1mm, so this is going to be the base wire for the largest link that we're going to make, and then we're using this 0.25 as the weaving wire and to attach our beads as well. And then I have a 0.8mm wire here, which is going to be the base wire for the small links. Then for the sparkle in the middle of each of the links, I'm going to be using these 4mm rose montees, and they're Swarovski crystal AB, so they give a lovely sparkle to the piece. And then I have these tiny little 2.5mm Swarovski bicones as well, also crystal AB to add sparkle. They're going to only be used for the large link in the middle, and we need 7 of them. And for that large link we also just need a headpin here so we can add that little drop. And then to attach all the links together to basically create our chain, I'm going to be using these 4mm jump rings to keep it nice and delicate. So the last thing we're going to need after we make the chain is something to attach it to our hair with. So I'm using these 2 hair grips here, and I'm just using a darker colour to make it match nicely to my hair colour so it doesn't stand out too much. Obviously you can make it match to yours however you need to, and also they're not too large, just again so they don't stand out too much. So then do check out the description box below the video, because it's going to be the material list for all the things that I'm using, and also any links that you might need. So let's get all the materials ready and let's get started. So these are the links that we need to make this headpiece here. So I have the smaller ones here, they're going to be the chain, and then this larger link is going to be the centerpiece by itself. Now I'm not going to show you how to make the pieces in this tutorial here because I've already got 2 separate tutorials for both of them. The small ones here I originally made a bracelet, so I'm going to put a link to that tutorial down in the description box below. And for this larger link I made a pair of earrings, and here we're just using one of them. Again, the tutorial for that is going to be in the description box down below as well. So check out those 2 separate tutorials to learn how to make these links here. So here I'm just going to show you basically how we put it together. So first of all I'm going to use my small links here to make the chain with, so connect them together. And I prepared them all so I have all the small links that I want ready. Now in total here I'm using 17 to get the length that I want. But if you want a longer or shorter length than this, you can always adjust the amount of links that you use. So then I grabbed my first jump ring and also a pair of flat nose pliers and a pair of chain nose pliers to help open and close it. And then first of all I want to open this just like you would open a regular jump ring, so like that, so we can obviously get this into our links. Then I take just a link at a time here, and first of all I attach this in the large loop on the end with the stone facing towards my pliers basically. So put that through so it hangs like this. Then I take another link, because obviously it's to attach the links together. This one is the same loop that would go through, doesn't matter what end, what side of the link that you put it through, because obviously they're both the same. But here you want to make sure you put it on so the stone faces away from pliers, so basically they end up hanging back to back. Because then close back up the jump ring completely to make sure the links can't fall out. And then when we then open it up and lay it flat, you can see the links lay nice and flat there with the stone pointing out in the same direction. And then you basically just continue like that. So you grab the next jump ring, and then we open it up in the same way. So we have space to get the links into it. And then first of all, I'm taking the 2 links that are already connected together, and then just obviously continue on one end of it, making sure I have that stone facing towards my pliers, and then another single link, and make sure they hang back to back. Close the jump ring back up. Make sure there's no gap there for the links to slip out of, and then we have another link attached. You can see we just keep going like this until we have the full length with all the links that we want attached. So I've now got the full length of my chain here, attached all my links together. So now what we need to do is find the middle of this, because obviously we still have the large link left that we need to attach as well, which is going to sit right below the middle link of the small one. So make sure you find that you can count the amount of links and just find that middle one. So in my case here, I know it's this one. So I got to use some more jump rings to attach that larger link to this. So again, I start with one jump ring here that we just need to open up, so we can get the links in there. And then I take my large link, because first of all I want to get this through. I'm going to attach this inside the jump ring the same way that I did the small ones, so having the stone face towards me. So like that. And then I'm going to grab that middle link on my chain, and we need to use these kind of side loops, the little ones. And I'm just going to start with one of them. It doesn't really matter which one. Just put one of them through there. And then close it back up. Again, make sure you close it completely. Like that. Then we have it attached now, but it's not fully centered because it's obviously more hanging towards one side of that small link. So I then grab a second jump ring here as well, open that up, enough so we can get both links through, and then I go through the same loop in the large link there, just right next to the other jump ring. Make sure you go to the side of that jump ring where the other open loop on the small link is, because then what we need to do is get the other loop through that jump ring on that small link as well. So just the one that you didn't use before, whichever one you started with, and then we'll close that back up. And then we have that large link attached to the middle one of the small ones right there in the middle of the chain, and then it's going to hang really nicely, just also centered because we're using both of those loops on the side of the small link. So now the whole piece is done here and it looks like this, so it's now ready to wear. And that's where you then just take your hair grip here, and then towards one end of the chain part, you just put that through, basically where you would have put a jump ring if you continued making the chain. Put that through there. The larger loop on the end, that's open, that hasn't been used for anything. And then obviously this grip is now ready on that end to go into the hair, same thing on the other end. And you have your two grips on the end that hold it in place, obviously when you've done the style on your hair that you want. So it's now nice and secure, and by using those grips there you can really place it and style it however you want to. So then I made both a silver one here with a little drop there, and then also a copper one just to show you the difference. A short and sweet tutorial just on how you can attach those links together there that we previously made to also make a wedding hairpiece as well. So do check out the playlist that I made for all this wedding related jewellery here, and obviously you can make it all to match if you want to use all of it or just some of the pieces for a set. I'm going to put a link straight to that playlist down in the description box below there, so you can feel free to check it out using that link. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this quick and easy tutorial here, just to show you how you can use these links in a different way as well. So thank you so much for watching it, and I'll see you in the next one.